back to another episode of Chef Andy, where I'm going to teach you my famous chicken stock, chicken broth, whatever you want to call it. It's the best in the world. There's nothing better. And if you find something better, just leave it down in the comment section. Also, if you've not subscribed to Chef Andy and joined our food movement, make sure to do that, guys. Not only am I going to teach you how to make my famous chicken broth, but we're going to do a comparison with store-bought chicken broth. All right, so first things first, we're going to take our beautiful free-range chicken, and I'm going to cut off the breast because we don't need the breast. So I'm just going to cut right in here, just like so. Take that beautiful chicken breast off. And if there's some meat left, if it's not perfect, that's okay. We just want to save this chicken breast so we can cook other things with it. It doesn't need to be used for our chicken stock. We'll cook maybe some chicken marsala, pollo gorgonzola. If you haven't seen those videos, guys, I'll link them in the description, or just check out the other videos on the channel. All right, we got our beautiful chicken breast. They look so beautiful. The next thing is that we're gonna get out a large pan to cook this in, okay? I'm gonna put these beautiful chickens right in our tray, this side up. Before we get them in our oven, we're gonna prep them with some salt, okay? So I'm just gonna throw this salt right on top, in the corners, everywhere. Now I've preheated my oven to 400. And you'll know when it's ready because the chicken will turn a nice and crisp brown on top, and that's when you want to flip it to the other side. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of pepper. We're gonna use 2 red onions. Cut them into fourths, and then we're gonna throw it right on top to give it a little more flavor. All right, beautiful. So we have our chicken, everything's all seasoned, ready to go. Now I'm gonna throw this in the oven at 400. Hot. Beautiful, so I'm gonna leave that in there until one side is brown, and then we're gonna flip it. But what we need to do right now is get our boiling pot of water. I'm using a big pot. You wanna use a pretty big one. And we're gonna fill this up to 3/4 the size of water. Great, we got our pot of water ready, so I'm gonna put this on the stove at medium high. We're gonna let this get to a boil. Now while that's boiling, while our chicken's going, we're gonna prep our vegetables. So you wanna get a whole head of celery as well as a head of carrots. We're just gonna cut off the ends. All these beautiful vegetables mixed with the chicken is gonna give it tons of flavor. So we got our carrots. We don't need to peel them. Just make sure you've washed them like really good, as well as the celery. All right, our chicken is ready. It's looking nice and brown, so I'm gonna go pull that out of the oven. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it's a bella roba di buono, baby. Come on. Beautiful, look at that. The juices from the chicken are all just coming out. It's nice and brown. I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna flip this chicken over so we can cook this other side. Flipped our chicken, it's looking beautiful. Let's put this in probably for about another 20 minutes, and then we're ready for the next step. It's been about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go check the chicken right now. Oh baby, come on. It's looking beautiful. That is some beautiful chicken. Wow, mamma mia. You got all the beautiful juices. Now we're gonna take this chicken, the onions, everything, and we're gonna put it into our boiling pot of water that's filled up 3/4. So take this over here, grab my tongs, and we're gonna plop this right in. Be careful not to just drop it because you'll splash water all over yourself. Put in our second chicken. So now I'm gonna take all this oils that have come off our chicken as well as the onions, and we're just gonna pop these guys right in. And we're gonna just dump all this beautiful juice inside. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're gonna take a whole head of celery as well as a whole head of carrots, and we're just gonna plop this right in. We can't forget about our vegetables, kids. It's gonna give us that beautiful flavor to make this whole chicken broth complete. Now I'm gonna put on our lid, and we're gonna let this sit for 6 to 8 hours. Just to clarify, I did not say 68 hours. I said 6 to 8 hours. So 6 or 8 hours. So I'll see you in 6 to 8 hours. The wait is over. The chicken broth is looking beautiful, guys. I have a secret I forgot to tell you. I put in another special ingredient. You're not gonna believe what it is. Let me just pull it out for you. A Parmigiano Reggiano rind. This is another little trick I forgot to tell you guys about, but it just gives it, you know, that beautiful flavor from the oils of the rind. It just soaks right into the chicken broth. We need to add a little bit more salt to it, so I'm just gonna sprinkle in some more salt. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. It's incredible. I'm gonna bring this over. Ooh. Woo! Wow, look at all this. The flavors in this are incredible. Now, since we have all this chicken and celery and junk, we've extracted all the flavors that it can possibly give us. So now we need to extract it out of the chicken broth, so I'm gonna use some cheesecloth and we're gonna strain this. We're gonna take our bowl here, we're gonna put the cheesecloth over, and then I'll take out all the stuff with my spider. This is called a spider, I think, because it makes like a spider web. And then we're gonna strain the broth again in this beautiful bowl right here, okay? I'm gonna do this over the sink because I don't want this chicken broth spilling all over the floor. Now, the reason why I have a bowl in here and I'm not just throwing away everything is because there's still gonna be some juice that comes off of this, all these vegetables and chicken that I'm gonna wanna save because it's still, this is like liquid gold here, people. All right, beautiful, we've let it sit for about 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna take this out, kind of squeeze it. Okay, perfect. And I'm just gonna put this right in the trash. Look at how much golden chicken broth we got out of that. That could have been just thrown away. Now I'm gonna use my bigger bowl, and it's time for the main event, folks. Wow. Okay, so we have our chicken broth nice and strained. I'm gonna pull up carefully this cheesecloth. And I'm just gonna let this drain. Ow, oh. All right, so I messed up. Some of the cheesecloth fell into my chicken broth, so I'm just gonna take this again and I'm gonna dump it back into my big pot. I'm so nervous. I've been working so hard on this hopefully it doesn't crash over. All right, here we go. Oh, and I'm gonna take this other chicken broth and I'm gonna dump this guy in. Carefully lift the cheesecloth. Beautiful. Wow. This looks and smells amazing. All right, without further ado, I gotta try this. Wow, that was incredible, but I'm gonna grab a little bit more salt, so I think it needs a little bit more. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. That was well worth the wait, well worth the hard work. It actually wasn't that hard. All I did was cut up a bunch of things, you know, cook a little chicken. Basically, you're just letting it sit for a while. This whole video was not just to show you the recipe. I wanted to see if store-bought chicken broth is better than this homemade chicken broth. So we have our store-bought chicken broth. No free brand deals here. We have it all blacked out. And I am going to try the store-bought. Now, to give it a fair chance, I'm gonna heat this up really quick. All right, our little store-bought chicken broth is ready. All right, I'm gonna do a taste test. Obviously, I already know which one is which, but hey, I'll give you my honest opinion. I'm gonna taste the store-bought. Oh, I'm not just saying this. I don't know, it tastes kind of fishy to me. After trying this versus this, there's like no comparison. That's just my opinion. I would like to see the opinion of my wife, Melissa. Hey, oh, so nice of you to join us here on Chef Andy.
Thank you for having me.
Ooh. All right, we got 2 chicken broths. I know you have a very sophisticated taste buds because, you know, I cook for you all the time.
This is what I gotta say.
What?
How long did it take you to make this?
It took me about 7 hours.
And how long did it take you to heat this up?
It took me like probably 30 seconds.
So, I see a clear winner. I'm a convenient cook.
I don't know, for me it's like flavor beats all, but you can decide for yourself. So we have both of the broths in these 2 bowls right here. So here's contestant number 1.
Really good. Can taste the chicken. I can taste vegetables.
Contestant number 2.
Now I can tell why you spent 7 hours on it. This one.
Come on, baby.
Oh, good.
She knows. So which one's which?
This is a good one.
That one's actually the store-bought one.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'd be excited if the store-bought one tasted like this.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that is my amazing chicken broth recipe. I can't believe I just gave that away, but it's my gift to you. Melissa, was it worth it?
It was worth it.
Melissa said it's worth it, so it's definitely worth it. Leave in the comment section what you want to see me cook next, guys. And also make sure to subscribe to our food movement here on the channel, and we will see you next time. I dropped my spoon.
Drop the mic.
In the kitchen. Ciao,
Ciao, Belly.